Hi guys, I'm back with another video for you. So I was actually going to post this last week, but as I was about to record, I just felt like, is this really God speaking to me? Or is it just my emotions that I want to share? So I went back and I read this and I said, God, I want you to speak through this. So I got a pen and a pencil and I started writing, and I was amazed at how a story like this that we read all the time in the Bible can take such a twist because the Lord makes it relevant in your own life. So it's based off of 1 Samuel chapters 1 and 2, and it's about Hannah and her husband Elkanah and his other wife Peninnah. So Peninnah and Elkanah, they've had kids, and Hannah is desperately seeking the Lord because she wants a baby. So Peninnah would constantly tease Hannah about not having a child. And verse 5 says, because the Lord had not given her children. Sometimes in our walk with God, people will have the blessing we are longing and praying to have. So they tease us and they boast in our face. But we need to know what season that we're in. And sometimes the Lord doesn't give us exactly what we need at that moment because He's waiting for us to grow a little bit more, to search a little bit deeper, to get to that state and get our blessing. So Elkanah tells Hannah, he says, well, am I not enough for you? Am I not better than having 10 sons? And you see, sometimes we have a blessing, but we're expecting more. We want more of God because we know who we serve. So the enemy comes and tells us, well, this is good enough, isn't it? I mean, it might not be bad at all. It's good. But Satan wants you to stay there and not seek after God deeper. So Hannah didn't let that stop her. She went to go pray and she was so desperate for her blessing. How much do you want your blessing? Verse 10 says that Hannah was in deep anguish, crying bitterly as she prayed to the Lord. She went to God with an honest and sincere heart. I feel like we don't truly know who our Father is and what our relationship with Him is. So we say, well, God, whatever you want, which isn't bad at all. But doesn't His word say in Psalm 37:4 that He will give us the desires of our heart? The best part is that Hannah's heart was so humbled towards God that she says in verse 11, answer my prayer and give me a son. Then I will give him back to you. She knew the God she served, so she knew He would show up. And because He is so good, she was willing to give him the blessing she was so desperate to have. How are our hearts when we ask for our blessings? Do we ask for it for our own selfish desires, or because we truly believe the God we serve? And because we want His name to be glorified, His name to be known. So Eli the priest was observing her, and he even thought she was drunk because of how intense she was seeking and praying to God. And again, here it is. Hannah's sincere and humbled heart. She says in verse 15, I am very discouraged, and I was pouring out my heart to the Lord. Are we willing to be honest to our spiritual leaders and say, you know what, I'm going through this? Or do we just want to pretend that our lives are great? How are you? Oh, I'm blessed. Which you are. But let's be honest. Once we are able to open up our hearts to the ones that we trust and that they trust God, then God starts working within us. After God heard her prayer, she had Samuel, and she did exactly what she promised God. She gave him back to Him so He can serve Him. So I'm here to tell you, don't give up on the promises God has given you. He is faithful when we are faithful. So let others boast in your face, but be confident that God will complete what He started. Be honest with God, yourself, and others. Have a humbled heart, and most importantly, don't stop praying.